To satisfy some subs request, let's play the counterpuncher style with Florence using only low tour cards and a nylon string in the Tour 4 of Tennis Clash, a sports game published by Wildlife Studios. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel Gameplay 365 if you like this video. I'm going to show you the builds I used before the matches as well as their stats, like here in the level 9 capping setup. The next builds will be slightly different from the first one. So, what some subscribers of Gameplay 365 wanted is to see me play with Florence counterpunching in Tour 4. So I'm going to try and satisfy them, even if the counterpuncher style is surely not the best one to play with in Tour 4. I would rather play with high serve big forehand or high serve two balanced hands instead. I have already published, by the way, a sub request video with Florence playing high serve big forehand in Tour 4. So in case you want to have a look. Using only nylon string is penalizing because, well, that means a much quicker stamina depletion, of course. If you want to play with nylon string, then you need to pack on enough stamina, which is what I tried to do with the different builds in this video. It's counterpuncher, as I said, is not the perfect style to play with nylon string. If you want to use only nylon string in Tour 4, then the high serve big forehand style is better for Tour 4 or even lower tours, but you should take it low in that case. It will give you a better win ratio for sure, provided that you train enough to serve fast and to hit strong strokes, of course. So in this match I play versus Kaito, having pretty good stats, but a stamina which is not very high, and I was a bit surprised he was using the choker chords instead of the simple Maestro Monty, which has a stamina shield tier 2, which would have protected his low stamina level better, because with the choker chords he was draining his stamina faster. So of course, with a 54 forehand and 55 backhand, his shots were not so easy to return. So I had to use the soft cross-court drop shots now and then to try to unsettle him, or to force him to trigger the long catch and then to deplete his stamina faster. Like here, obviously after such a long run, he could do nothing else than to walk on the court. Same thing, you can see that the long catch is draining stamina really fast. So yep, I don't recommend choker chords at all to play with in low tours, unless you are playing versus high serve big forehand player and that you have plenty of stamina, and even then it's not so easy. Well, let's open this classic bag. Useless cards for me, but if you are playing in Tour 4, well, you may need those cards. Let's play against a low high serve big forehand player. He's using Maestro Monty, and that's very normal for high serve big forehand players, because they don't have a high stamina level. So this opponent was not serving very fast, nor hitting strong forehand strokes, as you can see. So it was not too tricky for my Florence to hit back. And I was still slow serve. Well, this one was a really slow serve. Too slow. Yep, I was still slow serving. Just for fun, because that was not really useful, but nice forehand that my Florence couldn't catch even with a 68 agility. Yep, not very fast serve. This opponent still needs to train his serve and the swipe speed too. Sometimes he can hit strong strokes, but overall that was not very hard. All right. Low agility, meaning easy to be outflanked. And a cross-court drop shot to finish. Love the way Florence is celebrating. Always. Okay. Let's open this classic bag. And then we will try another build. Here we go. With a plyometrics card instead of the powerlifting. So the stamina level will be lower, but the backhand will be stronger, as you are going to see in the next stats screen. In a level 9 capping environment, here we go. Almost balanced hands. And let's play against the high serve. 2 balanced hands, Jonah, who is not very agile and who has low stamina, so he's going to use the Maestro Monty. Here we go. Very inaccurate that was. I'm going to insist on his backhand, of course, which is weaker, but it was quite inaccurate. Try to hit now and then on his forehand, so as to surprise him. Because of course you all know that high serve big forehand players tend to cover their backhand side, being more position on their backhand side, so as to be ready to turn around and hit with their forehand whenever we hit on their backhand. So it was my opponent's turn to be inaccurate. And I try to return the serves right next to the net now and then. It can be good to, you know, not to try all the time to hit strong shots towards the baseline. Now and then you can alternate with soft returns close to the net, so that doesn't disturb this opponent much. I'm going to serve longer. Nice one. Quite powerful forehand. And the serve is quite fast, above 200 kilometers per hour. But, well, he's paying the price for having a low agility. But, well, he still has the advantage of the stamina Xiantia 2. So even with a lower stamina level, lower stamina stat, he still has much more stamina by the end of the match, during rallies, and before the serve. This first serve is a fault, so the second serve should be slower. And seeing that his stamina is pretty low, I try a slow short return, and that worked fine. That was a kind of drop shot return that this slow and tired Jonah couldn't catch. Here we go. Let's open this classic bag. The Raptor in Endurance was a time I was pleased to get them. Okay, so let's go back to the powerlifting, but this time I used the feather shoes instead of the Raptor, which gives me higher agility and still, yep, because the feather has no stamina, powerlifting was almost compulsory to have enough stamina to play with nylon string. So the backhand will be weaker there. My opponent has almost the same hand stats with a slightly weaker backhand, a high serve, but lower agility and lower stamina. And he has no advantage in terms of string this time, contrary to my previous opponents, because he's going to play with nylon string, which is totally possible. As I told you, the high serve big forehand is surely the best style to play with nylon string, because you can hit a good serve and then keep the initiative of hitting winners after your big serve. And when you play versus a slow serve player, well, you can hit the winners. And if you play versus a high serve player, well, it depends. If your opponent is using nylon string like you, then that will be the player who serves better and who hit winners with better consistency and accuracy who win the match. Otherwise, if both can hold his serve well, that will be the player who loses stamina faster, who loses the match. Well, I hope you enjoy watching me play the counterpuncher style with Florence in the Tour 4 of Tennis Clash, a sports game published by Wildlife Studios. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel Gameplay 365 to stay tuned for new videos of Tennis Clash. Thank you a lot for your support, and see you soon on Gameplay 365. Bye-bye.